Daniel has spent decades building his wealth. Now he faces the modern investor's dilemma. He wants to protect his capital, guarantee long-term growth, and establish a multi-generational legacy for his family. But he has no desire to take on a second job actively managing a complex portfolio. That is where a structure like Sunjoy Global 2 comes in. It is designed to be a highly efficient, short-term plan that essentially lasts forever. Looking at this table of the plan's features, we can see the input phase is remarkably compressed. You only need to commit to paying premiums for a brief 2-year or 5-year window. Even with that short payment window, the policy is structured to remain in force and cover the insured person all the way up to age 120, allowing it to easily span across multiple generations. By making a concentrated financial commitment over just a few years today, you pour a solid foundation for a century of family security. Modern families often live borderless lives. To support that, the plan offers multi-currency flexibility, letting you hold the policy in US dollars, British pounds, Canadian or Australian dollars, renminbi, or Hong Kong dollars. It is important to understand the nature of the product. This is a participating life insurance policy, which means your premiums are pooled with others to generate steady returns while maintaining built-in safety nets. This setup provides high-net-worth families with the agility of an international asset, backed by the concrete guarantees of traditional life insurance. Years later, while Daniel travels the world and enjoys the lifestyle he's earned, his wealth is not sitting idle. It is actively compounding in the background, requiring absolutely zero daily oversight. Sun Life's participating fund drives growth by pooling premiums into a highly diversified portfolio. Strict ESG screening filters out market turbulence. Consequently, the dividend interest rate remains remarkably smooth compared to the jagged crashes of a standard stock index. This table breaks down how the policy builds wealth over time. It combines a guaranteed cash value with 2 non-guaranteed bonuses, an annual reversionary bonus that locks in once declared, and a one-off terminal bonus paid out at the end. For even more certainty, the value lock-in option allows you, starting in the 5th policy year, to move a percentage of your cash value into a separate, secure account to protect your gains against future market drops. This underlying engine resolves the classic anxiety of growth versus risk. Your wealth works tirelessly on your behalf, so you do not have to. Crucially, that accumulated wealth is accessible while you are alive. You have the flexibility to take ad hoc withdrawals or set up an annuity-like income stream to cover immediate needs, like a child's university tuition or filling a retirement income gap. While you draw on those funds, the policy provides a built-in protective shield called the Accidental Caring Plus benefit. This is a first-in-market feature. If an accident prevents the insured person from performing basic daily activities for at least 6 months, the policy injects a massive financial payout of up to 1,000% of the notional amount. Sunjoy acts as an active financial bodyguard for your current life, funding your lifestyle today while fiercely protecting it from the unexpected. As Daniel reaches his twilight years, his focus shifts. He needs to pass the torch to his descendants, but he wants to do it without the delays and legal hurdles of complex trusts or probate courts. This flowchart demonstrates how the policy segmentation feature works. Daniel can precisely divide his single original policy into multiple distinct new policies, assigning a specific portion of his wealth to each of his children. Through the unlimited change of insured feature, he can hand those newly segmented policies down to his children and eventually his grandchildren. The insured person changes, but the unbroken, compounding history of the policy remains completely intact. Looking at this pathway graphic, we can see how the plan avoids legal walls using a contingent policy owner. If the current owner passes away unexpectedly, ownership automatically transfers to the designated backup, completely bypassing court delays. These embedded mechanics take the traditional, fraught process of estate planning and turn it into a smooth, automated family transition. This case study timeline illustrates the sheer mathematical power of that generational continuum. After decades of uninterrupted compounding, a modest initial input yields exponential financial results for heirs far down the family tree. As this settlement graphic shows, the original creator still maintains control over how that money is received. You can select flexible death benefit options, like increasing installments over time, to ensure sudden windfalls support your heirs rather than being squandered. When you step back and look at the timeline, this century of financial security, spanning 3 separate generations, was entirely initiated by that single brief 2- or 5-year payment phase during Daniel's working years. Sunjoy Global II is a complete architecture of wealth that outlives you, securing your family for generations to come.